I need some love and light to wake my mind from the slumber.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Saint, and this is another episode of the Godism / Love and Light series. So, I already spoke about sigils, alright? So now we're gonna go into making the sigil, alright? How do you go about making the sigil? You already know how to charge them, you already know how to put your intention into it. So now we're gonna go into that, and I want to drop like 2 methods of how I make a sigil, very successful sigils, and you can go in and change it up however you feel comfortable. Alright, a sigil is something personal. A sigil is something you're going to put your intention into, you're going to put your energy into. So it's going to be something that you're going to use as a portal or gateway to the astral to manifest something on the physical. Alright, well, there's nothing ever physical, but yeah. So I'm going to go into it. So I'm going to switch from this view into my paper view. I'm going to use white paper. Normally people would say use brown paper, but I'm going to use white paper so you guys can see clearly how I go about doing it. Alright, so I'm going to use white paper. I'm going to use maybe a phrase of I love myself now. Remember, we are not going to be using phrases that are negative. Any phrase that has a negative in it, we don't want to be using that. We want to be using, we can't be talking about I hate not having a job, or I am not broke now, or something with a negative in it. You're looking for positive affirmations, positive phrases and short phrases. You don't want a long sentence. You don't want something that's, you want it short, because the shorter the sentence, the simpler or the more simplified your sigil is going to be. Alright, and you want it simplified because you want to have it in your mind's eye. You want to put it in that third eye. You want to see that visual of that sigil in your mind's eye. Alright, you want to hold that image. So it needs to be simple on the page. Alright, and you need to get your emotion checked. Alright, your emotion, your state of emotion has to link up with the excitement of the new job. I have a new job now. Alright, so now you gotta get excited inside of you while doing the sigil. You gotta see yourself dressed up in that overall, if you're a person who's gonna be doing like cars and stuff, or you're gonna see yourself in that suit and tie if you're gonna be in an office job, or you know what I mean. You gotta start visualizing that while you are still doing the sigil. You gotta have that mental note of your affirmation. I have a new job now. I have a new job now. I have a new, while you are writing or drawing your sigil. Alright, you gotta keep all. That's why you need time for this. Alright, you don't want to be disturbed. You don't want people walking in and out the house. You don't want to be sitting, you know what, you don't want no distractions. You want to be focused while doing the sigil. Your focus here, your focus here, and your focus with this drawing of the sigil. You gotta be focused, because everything you do, every line you put in is going to be your intention. You packing your intention into the sigil. Alright, that's what's going to make the sigil powerful. Right, this is you saying that I am not just drawing a picture, I am basically drawing my manifestation. I'm basically drawing this powerful magical symbol. It's no more just a piece of paper. It's what you want it to be. You are putting that energy into it. The universe is putting that energy into it. Your godly self is putting that energy into it. You are creating right now. Right? You are going into godly state. You're starting to manifest. You're starting to create right now. Know your power. Know your power. Alright? If you don't know your power, go back to my previous video. Know your power. You are now creating. You are an aspect of God, and you're starting to do things, godly things. Alright, so get out of the human brain. Get out of the brainwash, the programming. Get out of that and know that you can create something that is going to bring forth what you want. Alright, as long as you use the right terminology, as long as you put that effort in, as long as you do what you need to do, and you follow these small tips and small tricks, you're gonna get it right. Alright? Love and light. I'm gonna jump into it right now, switching the camera view. Alright? See y'all. Actually, you won't be seeing me anymore because I'll be there just drawing the stuff in. So thank you guys for being here. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe already. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any videos that's coming up. And I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. You already know I love you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into it now. Okay, here we go. Hope you guys can hear me nice and clear. Alright, so, and I hope you guys can see what's popping here. Alright, so what we want to do is, if you're a crystal lover like me, you can get some crystals that associate with the sigil that you are creating. Alright, say you wanted to do a sigil for psychic abilities or more intuition, listening to your heart and stuff like that, and then you would get a lapis lazuli, and that is for a psychic connection with your intuition and your third eye. So you'd have that. Say you were doing a sigil for messages in your dreams and astral projection. I now astral project, or tonight I will have an astral, oh, it's my will to astral project. It is my will to astral project now, you know. Oh, it's my will to master astral projection. Then you would get yourself a nice yellow calcite, or any crystal that helps with astral projection, because there's tons that will help you with astral projection or psychic abilities. Even if you are doing like a money sigil, then like something like I have I am anchored in abundance, all right, or it is my will to be financially stable now, you know, something like that. Then you would get yourself a citrine crystal. Like, let me just show you that. Let me just show you that. So you get yourself a citrine crystal, which is awesome for, you know, bringing in that abundance and bringing in that money. So what you're doing basically is using things to actually empower the ritual, because it's all about the ritual. It's all about getting your mindset out of the human mindset, the analytic mind, the logical mind, and start to go into your magical sense, your godly state. You understand? So even if you get some candles, like if you're doing something that has to do with spirituality or psychic vibes, you would have a candle that is like purple. And if you had to be doing something that is love related, like let's say, I love myself now. So I love myself now. Okay, so if you're doing something like that, I love myself now, then you would have a for a crystal you would probably have a rose quartz. All right, so rose quartz for crystal. And then for candle, you would have a pink candle or a red candle. Alright, so that will go according to the I love myself now. You see? So that'll be powerful if you had something like that there. Alright, so now that we got most of the basics down, let's just go with that phrase, I love myself now, because it's positive. Remember, it's a positive phrase and there's no negativity in that, and you're not even doing any harm to anyone else. You basically are saying or stating something that you want to change within yourself or have more of it within yourself. All right, or actually just bringing in more of that energy of that thing. All right, so I love myself now. First thing we want to do is remove the vowels. All right, so the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. All right, so I, out. All right, Then we're going to L, we leave that. The O, out. The V, we leave that. The E is out. The M is, we leave that. The Y, we leave that. The S, we leave that. And the E is out again. And then we got the L again. Because the L is repeated, we're going to remove that because we only need one letter of each. All right, we don't need more of that, so we're going to remove the L. So L is out. So F, we leave that. N, we leave that. O is out again. And W, we leave that. So now we're going to bring the lines, the letters that were left behind down. All right, so we got L, we bring that down. We got V, we bring that down. We got M, we bring that down. We got Y, we bring that down. We got S, we bring that down. We got an F, we bring that down. We got an N, we bring that down. And then we got a W. Okay, hope you guys can see that nice and clear. Alright, so we got all of that. Let me just bring that a bit there so you guys can see it nice and clear. Alright, so we got L, V, M, Y, S, F, N, W. So those are the letters left behind. Now what we want to do is create a magical symbol with these letters in it. So what we're doing is we creating a symbol that the mind, the logical mind, the analytic mind will not think too much about. It's not going to be looking for letters and stuff like that. So what's going to happen is that symbol is going to go straight into your subconscious mind, into the creator mind. All right, so what we're doing is we're going to be creating out of these letters. Now when we're creating out of these letters, an L, a W and an N can become one. A W and an M can also become one. So we're trying to make this symbol as simple as possible so it can stick into your mind and you can view it properly and you can just charge it properly. All right, so let's start off with the L. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the L and I'm gonna use, you can do this anyhow. Any way you are guided and led to do it, you do that. All right, because that's going to be you listening to your intuition and how you're going to be doing it, spinning it around, rotating it, whatever you feel comfortable with. Go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to start off with the L. So I'll start off with an L. There we go. I got a nice big L, don't worry about it. Nice big L there. So we got this L, and then I'm gonna jump in and let me do this here with my marker, because a lot of people would want to do it with pencil so they can rub off here and there and then do it with a permanent marker. I'm gonna jump in straight with a permanent marker because I want you guys to see exactly what I'm doing, nice and fresh. Here we go. So we're doing that, but there's the L. Alright, so I hope you guys can see that. So we got the L there. Now we got a V. Alright, so with the V I can go straight and do this with the V. From there I can bring in a V. So we got an L and we got a V. Alright, now we got an M. With the M, let me see, with an M I can go ahead, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to eliminate the words. With an M I can bring that down, I can bring that down, and I can bring that down. How's that? So we got an L, we got the V, and now we got the M. And with the Y, all I need to do is bring this down a little bit. So now we got the L, we got the V, we got the M, and we got the Y. Easy peasy. With the S, I don't need to do nothing with the S because I can already see an S here, right? So it's like a zigzag S, but it's an S. All right, so that's the S. So I don't have to do nothing with that. With the F, all I need to do is bring in another line here, and I have an F there. Alright, so that's the F. With the N, I don't need to do nothing because there's the N right here. There's the N right there. With the W, I don't have to do nothing because it's an upside down W, which is M right here. And guess what? I am done with the sigil right now. The sigil is complete. So when I'm done with the sigil, and I with pencil or whatever, or you just did it with permanent marker, and you gotta be certain with your permanent marker, because if you do something that you don't like, you don't want that. You don't want a bad vibration on your sigil. You want something that when you're done with it, you're happy about it. It can be more crazier than this. You can even add things to this. You can add, like, say for example, I can add a heart right here, and that will also go according to I love myself now. So remember, when you're doing this, your emotions, you're trying to bring in that love emotions, and also you also saying the affirmation in your head over and over. I love myself now, I love myself now, I love myself now. You're doing it, and then also you are basically immersing yourself in I am creating or manifesting this in my life. You are viewing it in your mind's eye. You can see yourself happy. You can see yourself loving yourself, and showering yourself, and just, all of those things that go with loving yourself. That's what you're doing. So this is what we have right now. This is what we have. Let me just bring that right there. This is what we have right now. See there? We got the F, we got the W, we got the L, we got the M. Everything is on this one sigil right here. So absolutely powerful, absolutely powerful. All right. So, okay. Just get that proper again. So now once you're done with that, what you want to do is put a circle around the sigil, right? So you put a circle around the sigil, and you want the circle to start off and go to the right hand side of things, all right? So you calling whatever you calling towards you, all right? So that's just an ad. You can do whatever you like, it doesn't matter. But all I'm saying is, when I normally do anything that's coming towards me, like if it's bringing money, if it's bringing happiness, I normally bring the circle from somewhere around there. You can start it anywhere, and then what I'll do is I won't even pick up the pen at all, and I'll go straight and join that, bang, without picking up the pen at all. One round circle straight up, and you don't have to worry about how round your circle is and how whatever it is. Even if your sigil is going all like that or something, it don't really matter. And if I'm doing something that is like I am getting rid of something in my life, like for example, like say I had to say something like I separate with my girlfriend now, then I would do that, and I'll start it from this side and I'll take it away from me. All right, so from my left hand side all the way to my right, taking it away. Anyway, now that that's done, and that's the sigil right there, all you gotta do is hold that, cut that out in a nice block shape, and hold the sigil in your right hand and charge that sigil up. Okay, so you want to hold that in your hand and you want to charge that up. All right, so you're gazing at the sigil. You are gazing at the sigil. You are not staring at the lines. You're not staring at specific lines, nothing. You're just looking at the sigil, and you're allowing it to do whatever it wants to do. And you are saying your affirmation in your head, and you are focusing on the end result of what you want to happen, how it looks, not how it's gonna happen, but how it looks when it's done. You are focusing on that. All right, so if, for example, if you're saying that I am rich now, you would just focus on having the house and having the car. You won't focus on going and trading or going and working and getting money and whatever. You're just focusing on having the money, right? And having the happiness, having the relationship of your dreams. If you're saying that I am in a happy relationship, you probably just focus on you at the park with your girl, and you're just happy, kissing, loving, smiling, laughing, or maybe even you proposing and she's saying yes, and you're married and having kids or whatever, you know what I mean? That's what you're focusing on. So that's what you're doing, and then you're also bringing in those emotions of that end result, that excitement, that happiness, that joy. You can even shed a tear if you like, but you're trying to bring up those emotions while you're staring at the sigil. And the more you gaze at the sigil, you just got it in your right hand and you're gazing at it. You're like gazing, you're not staring at it, you're just allowing your eyes to rest on the sigil. You're going to start to see lines jumping up. Maybe some lines of the sigil is going to disappear. Maybe it'll look like some lines are orange and they're raising up from the sigil, from the paper. Or like somebody has a torch underneath the sigil and it's just it's shining and stuff like that. When that happens, what you want to do is focus on energy coming from the sigil around the space. So it's expanding and expanding. More and more energy is coming from the sigil and expanding over your hand, expanding over your arms, expanding over your surrounding area. It's expanding in the room. That energy, it could be anything. It could be an orange energy, it could be a yellow energy, it could be a bright white energy, just expanding from the sigil. And once that's done, you want to just take the sigil and burn it up with the candle that you lit, or throw it away. I just burn it up, ashes, I blow it out in the wind and let it go. If it's a money sigil, then what you want to do is fold it up and put it in your wallet, in a place in your wallet where you're not going to see it all the time and you're going to forget about it, because that's what you have to do. You have to release the sigil. If you still think of the sigil after you've done it, like over and over, and you can't release it a day after, 2 days after, you're still thinking about it, the magic won't work. It's chaos magic. You have to release the magic. You have to let go of the magic in order for it to work. You got to say, I'm done, so mote it be, it is over, it's coming my way. Done. You don't think about it anymore. You don't think, when is this gonna happen? Man, it's been like a couple of days, it's been a week now, I'm not getting this. You don't think about it. You let it go, and that's when it's gonna take place. That's when it's gonna manifest. All right, that's how sigil work. That's how they work. All right, that's how these manifestation sigils work. All right. Okay, so that's how you would do this sigil. All right, I'm gonna drop another one on my second method of doing the sigil. We'll use the same phrase, and I'm gonna drop the second method of doing that sigil. It's gonna be powerful, y'all. Thank you for being here. Do subscribe, do hit the bell icon, and definitely check out my next video. All right, love and light. Love yourself more now. Stay godly.